It is the worst of the Riot podcasts for Tuesday, October 17th. Today we did things a little bit differently. Not because you guys wanted us to, but because Hudson was nearly unable to perform.
It was a close call. Yesterday, our podcast listeners don't even know this because there was no podcast yesterday. But I barely got sick over the weekend. But every time I barely get sick, it always kills my voice every time. I don't know why.
So would you consider yourself sick, or were you just were you cheering loudly?
No, it wasn't.
Strainage of the voice?
It wasn't because of the use of my voice that it went away. It was because I had a thing where my head got congested, and then all of the congestion moves down to my chest, and it kills my voice. And so that's what happened.
He doesn't feel bad.
No, I feel fine at this point. I can tell, and it strains my voice.
Yeah,
but it's not like I'm sick. I'm not blowing my nose or feeling bad. But
I've been nervous to get sick recently too because of the change. The change of the seasons is upon us.
Yeah,
we're in the danger zone right now of every sickness being available because I can't figure out if at nighttime I'm supposed to have on the heat, if I'm supposed to have on the cold air, or if I'm supposed to have on no air at all. Because
have the windows open.
2 nights ago, this is wild. I went to bed, and my room is always either the coldest room in the house or the hottest room. So in the summertime, my room is the hottest room. In the wintertime, my room is the coldest room because the AC is so far away from my bedroom. The central heating doesn't work so good in my house, so my room gets the least. And 2 nights ago, I turned on the air in my bedroom because I was freezing, or because I was too hot.
Yeah.
So I turned on the AC in the house and I laid down. I woke up in the morning. I went to work and I was like, "Dang, I was hot all night last night." I came back home from work and I asked my roommate. I'm like, "Hey, I don't know what happened last night. I was hot. I was so hot in my bedroom." And he was like, "Oh yeah, you had the AC set on, but I was freezing cold, so I flipped on the heat for the first time in the middle of the night."
Oh, wow.
Which is not a cool move for a roommate to do.
That's tough.
We've been having the either AC or no AC on. We can't just flip on the heat out of nowhere at midnight.
Yeah.
For the first time all season. No, not at midnight. And I woke
grab
up
another blanket.
Yeah, exactly. I woke up in the morning and I was sweating. I was sweating profusely because my room was so hot. Because it was already warm and they turned on the heat and the AC was off. And so for me right now, that's the constant battle. Usually we don't discuss too much the thermostat. We're always almost on the same page.
Yeah.
But it's just our bedrooms are on opposite sides of the house. So my room is always vastly a different temperature than his. But usually we work it out and it's not a big deal. But right now we're in a really weird stage where I don't know where to have it.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you sleep in the living room.
It might be the new move.
Yeah.
The new maneuvers, going to the living room and trying to get to a more central location in the house where because my bedroom is, and in the wintertime it's not so bad. I like when it's cold because then I can just layer up with the blankets.
Yep.
The summertime being hot, and I don't have a fan in my room either. The summertime when it's hot, and I have Jim, my dog, sleeps in my bed with me.
Yeah.
He's a cuddler. He's under the blankets between my legs. That dog is on top of me for a majority of the night. He's a big boy, and there's a lot of heat going on there with him. And so for me to be laying in bed with him and it's hot and I have no out.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
In the summertime, the air conditioning costs a lot more money than the heat does in the winter. So it's a tough time.
Tough times, but we'll get back with you guys tomorrow. Hopefully Hudson's voice feels a little bit better.
I think so. I think it's going to be fun too for people to hear because we're recording this at the end of the show. So the next thing you hear is going to be the very beginning and see how my voice improves and how talking all morning has worn it down.
Yeah, it's at the very beginning of the show, rough. Middle of the show, prime. End of the show, rough.
We didn't even put the end of the show in.
We cut it off. So there's going to be a lot of good in here. The podcast is so good, though.
Oh, it's a good show.
We'll catch you guys soon.
Catch you next time.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
Hudson, I'm getting ready to go to a wedding this weekend.
Another one.
I'm in this one, too. This is 2 weddings. This is back-to-back weddings. Actually, no, this is 2 of the last 3 weddings I've been to that I'm in the wedding. It's one of my good childhood friends. But I've got a story here in front of me talking about a little wedding registry action.
Yeah.
What you should not put on your registry. And this is a pretty clever thing to put on the registry, but some people aren't happy about it.
Okay.
I don't see as much of an issue with it. They put a $231 speeding ticket on their wedding registry. Would you consider that a bad move?
It's a little goofy.
It's a little odd.
I'm not going to fault him for it. Somebody's got to really love you to want to fork over $231 for your wedding gift.
Considering that's like just a mistake on your part.
Yeah.
Like you sped.
Right. Well, yeah, some people might say, why should I have to pay for your bad decisions? But then again, isn't that what many weddings are all about? So I don't fault him for having it on there. But that, you know what? If you are the one who covers that speeding ticket, you better be getting like a nice seat at like a good table.
Well, they say you can contribute any amount to it.
Ooh, that's smart.
So you could throw like $40 at it and be like, I was a part of paying off the speeding ticket.
And that could be that's your wedding gift.
So in my mind now, as I haven't had a wedding, but I feel like a lot of the stuff that you get at a wedding, it feels like a lot of useless things.
Toasters,
A lot
coffee
of things,
makers, Keurigs.
yeah, that a lot of things that unless you lived with your parents before, you probably have a lot of the things to make a home.
Yeah, between the two of you.
So why wouldn't you just, I don't mind the thought of just being like, what if I just toss my college debt on here?
That's a good idea.
You guys willing to just toss some money at this? Maybe?
I think I like that. That's forward thinking because the whole idea of like getting a wedding gift is, well, one, you're kind of repaying back the couple after they throw a big party that's covered by their families. And then it's also like getting a gift. It's supposed to set these people that are getting married up for
Success.
a life of success together. Yeah. Make things a little easier for them getting started. What can make it easier than paying off their debts, their various debts?
So hear me out here, right? The average like dinner costs for a wedding is like per plate it has to be like $100, right? $50.
I don't know. It feels like we could look that up.
Let's say it's $100.
Okay.
And let's say you have like a big wedding. Maybe you have like a 200-person wedding.
Yeah.
Right? If my math is correct, that's like $20,000.
Sounds believable.
You spend that on a wedding, and then maybe you just ask everybody to pay off your college debt, work towards that. That's like $20K right there off of it. You're looking pretty good. But also, people don't like it.
I just looked it up.
What's the average plate?
Well, the average wedding cost in total is $2,600 or $1,000.
Yeah, that makes sense. That about adds up.
Yeah.
But I feel like people don't like it when you say they want money for the honeymoon or anything.
I know.
People
There's a
don't
whole
like
Office
that.
episode about this.
Which I think is silly. Because I'm like, if you would rather just have cash.
Yeah.
That way I don't have to buy you a knife set.
Right.
A set of cutlery.
Uh-huh.
Because then that feels like a silly gift. I would rather just give you like $100 and be like, cool. I don't have to even gift shop. I can just show up at the wedding with a hundo bill. Here you go. Is that a good gift?
You're not going to hear any arguments from me.
Well, you're already married, so.
Yeah. I wish I could do it all
Unless
over
you
again
want to
just
run
to
it
get
back.
more. Yeah, get more gifts.
Yeah, I think when I have my wedding one day, when you show up, just bring a $100 bill.
All right.
That's all I want.
I'll have to earn $100 by then.
Nobody does it better. The Riot Radio U.
So I've got a question regarding relationships, time together, time apart. What do you think about this one, Hudson?
Okay.
And this, I feel like, is something that people struggle with early on because of what many realize is the honeymoon phase. The first couple months when you're dating, you want to hang out all the time.
Yeah.
And then as time goes on, you realize that you have to be together, but you actually despise each other. So if you are in a relationship, how much together time is too much together time?
Are we talking like before you're actually like married or living together?
I think we could split it up and we can do it in the beginning of the relationship.
Yeah, like dating.
Maybe you just started dating, and then maybe a more seasoned relationship. maybe we can navigate how you do it when you're living together.
Yeah.
Which is completely different than when you first start dating.
Well, I'll tell you that I think when you get married, when you're living together, there becomes a lot of pressure, at least for me and my wife. It felt like,
Be careful here.
yeah, I'll tread lightly. I think there's a lot of pressure that now you're living together, you just do everything together. If one of you is watching TV, you're both watching TV. And so you got to be careful of that, at least if you're like me, because sometimes you just need your own time. So that's something that, my wife and my relationship have found is you got to create space for your own self, some solo time.
Maybe you need many people call that like a boys' night.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be even with other people.
Maybe just yourself.
Sometimes
maybe just a boy night.
That's right.
Me, myself, and I.
Sometimes, yeah, you just, you need some me time, and that's what you need. So, but earlier on in the relationship, it is tough. That's tough because when you're first dating, the instincts are, I want to be around this person all the time. But that might not necessarily be what sets you up for success long term. Things could fizzle out real quick.
Let's see what some of you guys think coming back after the break. We'll take some of your guys' answers. When you first started dating your significant other, were you one of those people that you were together nonstop? Because I have a couple friends that are hot and cold on this. Either they're with their new girlfriend all the time, or it seems like they don't really like each other at all, which could be a red flag in itself.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
How much time together is just too much time? Whether you just started dating or maybe you're married, you found yourself in a situation where you and your significant other only do things together.
You found yourself in that situation.
You found yourself in this odd little situation where you never hang out with anyone except for your partner.
Yeah.
And so the question we're trying to tackle here today is, let's talk about early in relationships. Because a lot of my friends who are just kicking off relationships right now, they either find themselves in a situation where they're with their significant other every day, and this has been a constant complaint for many of my friends, and then they start, not the one in the relationship either, they start not hanging out with their friends at all.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And only hanging out with their girlfriend, or if you invite them, like, hey, do you want to do this or that, there's never a time when she is also there, which is okay. I don't mind. Some people mind more than me. But I don't mind.
Yeah, well, sometimes there's certain venues where that's not as welcome.
When it's like all the guys.
Yeah.
And then your buddy
comes. You
comes.
just want to get together and play poker.
He's like, can I bring my girl?
No
I'm like,
girls allowed.
You can bring her into the boys' treehouse. Fine, she can come. Usually it's no girls allowed, but this time we'll let it slide.
Yep.
Or I think it's also more of a thing if you aren't down to spend a lot of time together. I've never understood because one of my friends in specific, he's been hanging out with this girl, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to hang out with her. And so in my mind, I'm like, do you even like her? You know? Because I was talking to him the other night, and he was like, yeah, she wants to hang out on Friday, but I feel like I would rather just hang out with you guys on Friday. And he hasn't seen her in a week. And I'm like, well, if you'd rather just hang out with us, do you really like hanging out with her? Or maybe we shouldn't hang out anymore. Yes. It seems odd to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's important for the two people. You have to have a balance. And I think a lot of relationships falter on that early on it's what does them in is you and the other person aren't on the same page as far as how much time you want to spend together. I'll give you an example. For me and one of the first gals I dated, we would hang out very frequently and I was into that. But here's where we ran into the issue, because you just got to respect the other person's boundaries. Because at a certain point in the night, I'd be like, okay, because we were always hanging out at her place. I got to go. I got stuff to do in the morning and whatever. And she saw that as, oh, you don't want to hang out with me.
Oh.
Yeah, very clingy. And that lasted for a while, but it probably shouldn't have, because that was she wasn't respecting my boundaries. Got to do what's best for me sometimes, you know?
Yeah, Sam, on a similar note, just texted in at 8772 Radio U. He said, I think that really depends on whether or not you are an introvert or extrovert. He said, personally, he or she is an introvert, and needs their separate time in their own little world. We're doing my own things at least once a day for I don't know how long. Otherwise, I get a little bit of an attitude.
Yeah.
Which
Yes, I'm the same way.
yes, if you're with them for too long, and sometimes you need just some time to decompress
Mhm.
and be able to do your own thing. Even if it's like, I'm even okay with, we can still hang out if we can just sit in the same room and just enjoy comfortable silence.
Yes.
Maybe we spend an hour and I just get to watch the movie.
Uh-huh.
And maybe we don't talk and we can still hang out, but we're just not talking.
The best marriages are built around comfortable silence.
Yeah, it's a very underrated thing.
Yes.
And you don't have to be talking. You can just hang out together, enjoy each other's company.
Yeah. Enjoy each other's phones.
Yeah.
Oh, hi there.
This worst of the riot.
Crank that up.
Radio U.
This one for You Be the Judge is about a gender reveal party. Should you be charged to attend? Because this instance, a friend is charging $20 to attend her gender reveal party. Is this wrong? Some friends say it is. The background on it, it is at a venue. It's not at someone's house. It's at a venue. It's catered. She also said no gifts. She doesn't want anyone to bring gifts.
Yeah.
But $20 at the door that's going to cover food and drinks. Is she in the wrong for charging her friends to come to her own gender reveal party?
I'm fired up about this one.
You don't like it?
It upsets me.
Mm.
Yeah. You want me to just go in on it?
Go in, yeah.
Yeah. $20 to go to a gender reveal party. Apparently, I'm reading you don't normally give gifts at a gender reveal party anyways.
I think that's... So I did read that someone commented that. I feel as if you go to a gender reveal party, you're probably bringing a gift, don't you think?
I would think typically.
I feel like if you're going to any wedding thing, you're bringing a gift. It feels like. But I don't know. Maybe some people don't. I know personally that my family, my mom, brings a gift to every occasion.
Yeah.
Even when we go out to dinner, she'll bring me a pair of socks. It doesn't matter. She brings the gifts about every occasion. So I feel like my family would probably bring a gift to this. But I'm not sure. Maybe people do. Maybe people don't.
But not if you're getting charged $20.
If you're getting, and if they ask for no gifts, then no gifts. I don't bring a gift. You don't have to twist my arm.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Gifts or no gifts. Charging $20 to attend your gender reveal party. Nobody's making you throw the party. If it's too expensive for you, don't throw it. Is this a party or is it a fundraiser? Like, are we friends or what? What am I just? I just don't understand. What do I get out of this?
You're being a supportive friend? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I feel like
you get fed and you get drinks.
if
You get food and
yeah,
drink.
but I can buy food and drinks cheaper somewhere else. I feel like you're charging me $20 so you can have a cool Instagram post. I don't like it.
I would say if I were going to the party, let's say the only thing that matters to me is if they say no gifts. If I was going to bring a gift, usually if you bring a gift to a party like this, it's going to be more than $20.
Yeah.
So in my mind, they're just asking, instead of bringing a gift, bring money, which I think is okay. I don't mind that. But if this isn't, and I don't get invited to gender reveal parties.
Yeah.
So if this isn't a thing that you bring a gift to, then I am against it. If it is something you would bring a gift to, then I'm not against it because I feel like the money outweighs the gift. I would bring a gift that's more than $20 to a party if you're supposed to, but if you're not supposed to bring a gift to this anyway, then I would say nobody asked you to have this at a venue and cater food and drinks.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
could have had it in your backyard and you could have popped a balloon and found out if it's a boy or girl that way as well. So I would say if it's typically something you bring gifts to, you guys can let us know at 8772 Radio U. I don't get invited to gender reveal parties. So if you bring gifts to those, then I think this is okay because then you're swapping a gift for money. But if you wouldn't bring a gift to a gender reveal party, then I think this is doing too much, way too much. You don't need to have this at a venue either way. There's no reason to have a gender reveal party at a venue for something that you don't even have to do.
That's
Gender
your
reveal parties
choice.
aren't
That's
even necessary.
It's your choice. Just don't make me pay for it.
You can just call me. Every time my friends have had a kid, they've had no gender reveal party, or at least I haven't been invited. They always just call me and they're like, hey, man, I'm having a kid. His name's Finn. He's going to be a boy. And that's how it usually goes. But if you want to have a gender reveal, it's popular nowadays. You can do that too.
Yeah. I don't see the problem with the party. You know what? It's not my thing. I don't see the problem with it. I do see a problem with charging me.
I'm going to call you Hudson Gender Reveal Party. It's going to be $60.
Radio U's Worst of the Riot podcast.
Let us know what you thought about this gender reveal party where the host is charging $20 per person. They're having it at a venue. There's catered food and drink. That's how she's justifying the $20 per person. And she's asking for no gifts.
Yeah.
And so question that Hudson and I asked was, do you usually bring gifts to a gender reveal party?
Uh-huh.
And you all have texted in at 8772 Radio U, and many of you have said no, you would not bring a gift.
So it's not really very magnanimous of her to be like, no gifts, just $20. I figure I'd save you guys a few bucks instead of wasting $50 on a gift for a gender reveal party, which apparently nobody would do. $20 for me.
Ben says it's a trick. The gifts come at the baby shower, which is a separate event.
Yeah.
Ben's been to a gender reveal party or two.
Sounds like it. He knows the drill.
Crystal said, but are they having a baby shower too with gifts? Because that seems kind of redundant.
Listen,
no
Crystal,
gifts at a gender reveal.
if they're having a gender reveal at a venue that's catered, they're definitely having a baby shower.
You would think so,
they
right?
need the attention.
Todd says, if you're inviting me to a party, don't charge me. We reply back saying, am I invited or am I buying a ticket?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you really want me there that bad? If you're going to charge me
Yeah.
for the food and drink, do you really even want me there?
It doesn't seem like it.
Like you would think. But at the same time, I know that having kids is expensive.
Yeah.
Regina says, kind of weird, but I guess if you say no gifts, the one gender reveal party I've gone to, they requested diapers. That's typically at least how much I would spend for the gift. It is odd, though, to invite someone to something and then charging them. Then she says, okay, I'm completely against this.
Because giving a gift is like a nice thing to do. Giving you $20 because you told me I need to or I can't come to the party, that's not nice of me. That's not my choice, really. And if you have a gender reveal and you ask for diapers, that's for the baby. If you ask me for $20, you're just recuperating the cost of this expensive party you threw.
Yeah.
Which was your idea.
Arthur said, well, how would you know what gift to bring, girl or boy, if the gender is
That's
revealed
what
at
I
the
was
party?
thinking too.
Hey, you can bring a gift that's not blue or pink.
One of those little teether things.
Yeah, all you have to do is bring something for them to suck on.
Yeah. Boy or girl, either one can suck on a little stuffed octopus.
Yeah. Bring him a giraffe, a plush giraffe. But at the same time...
Or get like green or yellow clothes is what I've learned too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Going lime green. Everybody loves that.
Yeah, if you don't go blue or pink, you're fine.
See, Gary says nah, just nah. I would say too, I've gotten invited to one party. I don't even know what it was. It ended up being just my friend and a bunch of our buddies that he called it. I think he called it a baby shower, but it was just an all guys baby shower. It seemed like a weird thing.
That sounds fun.
It was honestly a great time. We all brought diapers, but it wasn't a gender reveal
for the
party.
baby or for the party?
For the party. We wore 'em. No, but I think for this, we've come to the conclusion that you bring gifts to the baby shower.
Yeah.
You don't bring gifts to the gender
So
reveal.
do you think you would have it in you to just say, no, I'm not coming?
Well, I don't have the money for it. I think it's wild. I mean, you would have to pay the $20, right?
I don't know.
How close of a friend?
I probably would come up with an excuse.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just say no because you're charging me $20 because I'm not that confrontational, but I'd probably just come up with a reason where I couldn't go.
If it was like one of my best friends, I would say, what in the world is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why are you asking me to spend $20 to invite me to a party? You've never charged me to hang out with you before.
I would spend more money making plans to go out of town that weekend than just spending the $20 to go.
I wouldn't stay at the house and not spend money.
Yeah.
I would go somewhere else and spend it where I didn't have to.
Right.
That's the difference.
It feels fun.
Yeah. If you like that video, there's a ton more. Go check out our past videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.